Hey everybody, here is your Module 1 video. Module 1 is entitled Understanding Art and How to Develop an Eye. So this is just a video going over your responsibilities in the unit, a little bit of what I expect you to be getting out of it, and kind of like a guideline to make sure that you're doing everything that you're supposed to do and learning everything that you're supposed to learn. So the basics of the unit are we're trying to understand what art is, the concept of what art is. We're learning the elements and the principles of art, and we're also learning how to create good art and how to recognize good art. So that's just a general overview. It's a really good lesson to start out a art history class like this. We'll sort of use the things in this unit throughout the rest of the semester. So just a general overview of the module. We're going to have week 2, week 3, and week 4. Week 2 focuses on elements and principles of art. Week 3 focuses on art history. And week 4 we work on our first art project. That's art project number 1. So basic goals and objectives of each week. I'm going to break that down for you. So I want you to understand what you're supposed to be learning. That's not always easy to sort of pick out or get when you're in the OLS and you're in an asynchronous class and you're working independently. A lot of times you're reading stuff in the OLS, you're doing your assignments, but maybe you don't get what my goal for you as a teacher is for you to be learning. So I want to sort of go over that for you so you sort of understand why this is important, why we're going through this to begin with. So the very first thing is the elements and principles of art. So we're talking about the elements and principles of art because they are important. That's the building blocks of art. Sometimes it's called elements of art, principles of design. But I want you to be able to look at a piece of art and understand what it's made of. So what kind of tricks do artists use to make it look good? What could it be missing that doesn't make it look that good? You know, being able to look at art and have the vocabulary to sort of critique it in a way that is important. Be able to look at an art and be able to pick out certain things about it. That is important. That's how we're developing your artist's eye. So we want you to define the elements and principles of art and be able to recognize them in works of art. So you've got your elements of art here. There's 7 of those. And then your principles of design, and there's 7 of those as well. So during week 3, we're going to be talking about critiquing and judging art. So I want you to be able to use the formal critique process, and we'll cover that in a couple minutes. I want you to be able to recognize how art is grouped together. And then the last one is being able to discuss art from various perspectives, which is basically a fancy way of saying there's a lot more that goes into art than just the way it looks. So first we talk about the way it looks, so elements and principles of art, and then we're talking about what sort of makes up art. We're going to cover this again and again and again throughout. I mean, these objectives here we're going to be covering every single unit. But why does certain art get made? So why does the art from the Renaissance look a certain way? What was going on in history at that time? So a historical perspective. What was going on in history at that time that made things sort of look that way? How was art sort of a reaction to that? Aesthetic, so the way that it looks, and then critical. So whether it's good or whether it's not good. We're going to talk about all these different aspects, all these different approaches of looking at art, so we sort of get the whole picture. So the last week of the module, this is the last week of every module, we're doing an art project. So we have 4 art projects total throughout the entire semester, and then 4 modules. Makes sense, right? So this is art project 1. Art project 1 is all about the elements and the principles of art. So the way that art project weeks generally go is we watch a series of videos first to sort of review. Then you watch a video by me that sort of explains the different options for the art project. And then you complete a project proposal outlining your project idea. You complete a project or take the test, and then you fill out a self-reflection. So the project itself, or the test itself, is worth, it's 30 points total. If you're doing a project, 10 points is just the project proposal and the self-reflection. But we'll talk about all that later.